Good morning. We're here in a snowy, sunny Scotland. We're in a little town called Braemar, home of the Scottish Highland Games. And today our little challenge is we're going to go up to that mountain up there, which is called Morrone. It's from the village of Braemar. It's about, I think it's a 7.5, 8 mile walk, something like that. So we're going to go up there, hopefully get a bit of snow. I've got my drone with me, so all being well I can get my drone up and get some footage of these snowy scenes. But yeah, we've stayed overnight in the car park, the main centre car park. There's no restrictions or anything like that we can see. Checked all the signs. But yeah, they say there's toilets there 8 till 8. There's a little pub just over my side there, Farquharson's Bar and Kitchen, which we went into last night and had a beer or two. But yeah, it's lovely. The snow came down quite heavy, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to get this Morrone done. And I think it's a Corbett. I'm not so sure about the Scottish ones. I think it's similar to a Wainwright in the Lake District. We're just kind of leaving the little centre of Braemar now. There's a little tea room, butchers, co-op, everything you really need there. It's kind of what we come to Scotland for, really, to see it with a little bit of snow, as you can see on the path. There's not a lot, but there is patches of it here and there. We initially came to go to Glencoe ski resort, not Glencoe, sorry, Glenshee. Drove up there yesterday and it was closed due to lack of snow. When we drove past there was hardly any. There was making a little bit for the beginner slope, but not really anything we want to sort of do. We want to go when it's had a proper snow, if you know what I mean. We're just getting into the walk now. We're just leaving the town. You can see we've hit a little pond just behind us there, totally frozen over. There's been a little robin floating about. You can see the Morrone, which is what we're going to do, is just up there. But yeah, it's been lovely so far. Proper winter's morning walk. See, this is the trail we've come down, like icy. It's a bit slippy underfoot, but nothing too bad. And then I think we're going to start the ascent. Oh, nearly fell through some ice. I think it's pretty much all on like forestry tracks and stuff, so the path from the walk shouldn't be too bad, apart from the ice and maybe a bit of slippiness. So we've got our ice grips with us anyway, so hopefully it'll make the walking a bit easier. Just making a bit of headway now up the side of this mountain. The little village of Braemar, I don't know if you can quite see it over there, is where we come from. We've been coming about a mile now. We're just starting to sort of go up into the mountain a little bit more. You can see sort of our direction is over there. Not a lot of snow on here, but there is a breeze which is making it feel cold. But the views around here, like in this area, I believe is like, you can't probably see it as well, but Aviemore has got a lot of snow on. Over that area, there's a lot more snow than what we've got in this valley, so in the next few days we'll be heading that way after we go to Balmoral. We're getting a bit higher on the route now. You can see we've come above the glen quite a way now. We're not a million miles from the summit, but you can just see down here the path's turning into sort of pure ice now, so we're having to be a little bit more careful with our footing. But the views over here are certainly just opening up now. I mean, those mountains over there, they don't go as well in the camera, but they're just totally snow-capped. In that region. Braemar, where we are just down there, we've still got a lot of frost in the glen, but the sun's out. It's a lovely day. It's just this wind, you can probably hear what's making it really cold, but so far it's been a decent sort of steady hike. Then once we get to the top, it's a bit windy, so whether I can get my drone out is an issue. Heading on now towards the summit of Morrone. Just come over the crest of the hill. It's relatively flat up here now. I'm just going to spread you out so you can see where we are. Just up there in the distance is like a radio shack / a radio tower. That's the summit. There's a little hut there apparently. Not sure if we can go in it just to get out of this wind, because the wind is bracing. It's really icy, really cold and icy wind, but we're getting there. Like another maybe 200-300 metres, we'll be at the summit. Well, the temperature's changed a bit. You can probably hear the wind now sort of howling back by us, going this way across us, so it's really sort of cold. It's bracing wind. There's a lot more cloud appearing over the Cairngorms in that direction, but we're almost at the summit now of the radio tower. You can just sort of see, just in the background there's a radio tower. Leah's just up there. I'm certain that's been put on wheels, because we don't get any closer. I don't know if it's because I'm cold or what, but it doesn't seem to get any closer whatsoever. I reckon now we're probably 50 to 100 metres away from it. Hopefully get a little bit of shelter, have a drink, have a bit of a breakfast bar before we make our way back down towards the town of Braemar. We're pretty much at the summit now. You can see probably fighting the wind now with the camera, to be honest, but it's like a little shack. As you can see, we're just heading to it now. A little shack here, and just over our shoulder there's like another little shack. Not sure what any of it is, whether it's able to go in and get out the wind, not so sure, but it's a strange place to have it. But we're at 865 metres, I believe, so about 2,800 foot, and there's a little cairn there, a little trig point, so that is it. I think that is one of our very first Munros or a Corbett, I'm not sure, I'll put it in.